Hello, friends, and welcome into Seattle Seahawks Today. I am your host, Tom Downey. Rookie minicamp underway this weekend for Seattle, so all the rumors and news you're about to see focus on players, at least there. We begin with a not technically a rookie, but at rookie minicamp, Darrell Taylor, the team's second-round pick out of Tennessee last year. We'd mentioned previously the growing buzz of, hey, Taylor, he might be getting some work at strongside linebacker, and that is exactly what has happened at rookie minicamp this weekend. Now, that strong side linebacker role, a.k.a. Sam, versus that Leo, kind of that hybrid edge rusher that Seattle likes to use, those roles are not different. But that's going to be the role based on minicamp and based on what Pete Carroll has said this season for Darrell Taylor. It's a role he's played in the past as part of the 3-4 outside linebacker role for the Tennessee Volunteers. And most importantly, it actually helps Darrell Taylor get on the field this year. So we have updated and changed our linebacker depth chart for Seattle. I've put Taylor at the strong side linebacker spot, Bobby Wagner at middle linebacker, and Jordan Brooks then at the weak side linebacker position. Now, Taylor said it's not really new, and my expectation this year is at least the look is going to be a little bit more like a 3-4 front of a depth chart. Now, as I'm sure all you know, a 4-3 under where you're rolling the strong side linebacker down to the line of scrimmage is undistinguishable from your typical 3-4 front. And I'm sure you'll see plenty of quote-unquote bear fronts for Seattle where they're bringing Jamal Adams down by the line of scrimmage as well. But think about it this way. Your edge guys are Darrell Taylor and Carlos Dunlap for the most part. Benson Mayowa will mix in there. You kind of got a 4-technique, 5-technique guy. I think Kerry Hyder can play that role. You'll see Rasheem Green and LJ Collier play that some as well because Collier, I'll put him at 3-tech right now, a defensive tackle. Those roles aren't that different. Poona Ford's going to be your nose guard, obviously. So there is going to be some rotation in terms of where those guys line up because of the flexibility offered by guys like Hyder and Collier and Green and, probably Benson Mayowa a little bit as well. But as for Taylor, again, that strong side linebacker role versus that Leo, that edge rusher role, is not going to be that different. The number one job in the end is still going to be to go after the passer. Now, he could drop into coverage a little bit. He did some of that at Tennessee. But again, Pete Carroll considers that strong side linebacker role, that Leo role, especially for this particular defense this year, not that different. The end goal, the end aim, is to get Darrell Taylor on the field. The guy the Seahawks traded up to get in round 2, who did not play at all in 2020 due to a leg issue. So in theory, he says he's healthy, good to go, now going to be wearing number 52 this season. And he's cut some weight, by the way. He's listed at 267. Taylor's going to be down more in the 250s, high 240s range, which, again, fits that role pretty well. I am excited to see him healthy out there this year. So make your predictions for me in the comment section, specifically at the pinned comment. That's what the pinned comment is. This question here. How many sacks will Darrell Taylor have in 2021? If you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down and get your votes in. Let's talk D'Wayne Eskridge now here on Seattle Seahawks Today. The team's earliest pick in the 2021 NFL Draft came in round 2, of course. He's drawn some early praise at rookie minicamp, and that should not come as much of a surprise. Quick little aside here. It's rookie minicamp. The guys on the field, well, Eskridge should be among the best ones there because draft capital-wise, outside of Darrell Taylor, who's also eligible, those are the two most invested players. So Eskridge should be impressing because he's not going up against, DJ Reed or even Ahkello Witherspoon. He's going up against, Brian Mills and Trey Brown. He should be able to win against those guys. So Eskridge has drawn some praise. He's impressed so far. I am curious to see how he ends up faring fully, but things are in a pretty good spot for Eskridge. Now, here's what Pete Carroll had to say about it. It's just part of hyping up that hype train, if you will. I thought D'Wayne looked really good. He looked just like we had hoped. He looks very quick, very strong, had a really easy time with the types of routes that we were doing. He had no problem at all doing everything. He caught the ball beautifully today, so he's off to a nice start. And that's, again, what you're hoping to see there out of D'Wayne Eskridge. Now, as things currently sit, I'm going to put Eskridge as wide receiver 3. Over Freddie Swain. I think those first 4 guys, and I think Freddie Swain counts in this category, I think those are all pretty much roster locks. Eskridge definitely is, and obviously DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are as well. We'll get some of those other receivers later on, but those 4 guys are locked in, and those are your top guys competing for your top 3 receiver roles. It's Eskridge versus Freddie Swain. In the end, I think Eskridge is going to be the guy for Seattle. I think he will be wide receiver 3, potentially in week 1. So get your votes in for me in the comments section. Do you believe with me that Eskridge will be the wide receiver 3, Ryan accidentally there, in week 1? Type Y for yes or type in N for no. Get your votes in right now. Now, in 2020 for Western Michigan, Eskridge did not get to play that much. Only 6 games, and despite that, the production was nothing short of fantastic. He absolutely balled out, averaging just actually over 23 yards per catch. 8 touchdowns, 34 catches, over almost 800 yards in just 6 games. He was absolutely incredible, was a game breaker in every sense of the word. Now, The Athletic made a good comparison here, I thought, to what the role could look like for D'Wayne Eskridge, bringing up the role of Robert Woods with the LA Rams. Now, Eskridge is much smaller than Woods, but at training camp, and this is not training camp, rookie minicamp, Eskridge is lined up everywhere, not just slot receiver, but some on the outside, some on the inside. Now, you can't use him exactly like Woods, but you could see him be more than just a pure slot, which also allows you to get Tyler Lockett in that role as well. This past year for the Rams, with, of course, new offensive coordinator Shane Waldron coming over there, and will bring some elements of that offense into Seattle, for the most part, outside on the right side, 407 snaps. But a lot of slot receiver reps, too, and some outside left snaps. So Woods was not just a slot receiver or just an outside receiver. I think the majority of Eskridge's role will be used in the slot, but you can use him on jet motion, jet sweeps from the slot, put him on the outside, too. He has the speed to be a vertical threat if you want to put Lockett in the slot sometimes too. So I think that even though they're different types of players, you could see a similar, not just slot receiver role for Eskridge in 2020 for Seattle. Now, if you feel good about the Seahawks, go place some bets on them to win some football games. You can maybe play some over-under bets, win the NFC West as well. Chatsports.com/bet. Link is right there, bottom of your screen. Use the promo code Seahawks125. That gets you a 125% deposit bonus. So again, go to that link, chatsports.com/bet. Put down $100, get your deposit bonus, and then place some of the bets currently out there. Maybe you feel great about Seattle winning the NFC West. I'm not sold on the Rams this year, by the way, folks. Plus 300, put down $20 on that, make a bunch more, and still have a ton of money left over. So head over to chatsports.com/bet today. Use the promo code you see at the bottom of your screen, Seahawks125, and place some bets on Seattle today. Let's continue along with some rookie minicamp discussion here. Cade Johnson not participating. He missed the first 2 days with a groin injury. Pete Carroll says he's expected to return next week as we move forward into OTAs in phase 2 of the workouts. It's a bit disappointing. I thought Cade Johnson had a real chance to impress early, and it's getting set back a little bit here. I thought he was the best undrafted free agent pickup by Seattle and one of the best across the entire NFL. Now, Johnson, of course, is not the only rookie at minicamp at the receiver spot, or at least player at minicamp. Of course, Cody Thompson, Aaron Fuller are not first-year players. But Tamorrion Terry at FSU, who also, by the way, sat out Saturday due to a hip injury because he landed on it awkwardly. There's also Connor Weddington, who might make this team as a special team-focused player. So those 5 guys were all on the minicamp roster for this team, which I find interesting there in terms of just getting everyone involved there. Now, we mentioned the big 3 guys, right? Metcalf and Lockett and Eskridge there. Freddie Swain, wide receiver 4. John Ursuruk, we mentioned Cody Thompson, Aaron Fuller. Penny Hart still on this roster for now. I like those 3 undrafted guys. Cade Johnson, Tamorrion Terry, and Connor Weddington. Considering that I believe only 4 of those spots are locks, receiver 5, maybe receiver 6, I think are open for competition. I wouldn't be surprised if one of Johnson or Terry and or Weddington made the roster as a first-year player. They're very different styles. Johnson's a slot. Terry's a much less version of DK Metcalf. He's an outside receiver. Weddington offers return value, but they offer different things. I could see one of them making the team in 2021. Now, maybe your answer is D'Wayne Eskridge. Maybe it's Stone Forsythe, who we're about to get to here in a second. But who is your favorite rookie? You can include a UDFA if you so choose from the 2021 class. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Who is your favorite rookie? Get your votes in right now. Now, if you guys want more Seahawks videos, go subscribe. Link right there, bottom of your screen, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. We got almost daily videos on everything going on around Seattle. So if you want to stay updated and have some fun with us here at Chat Sports as well, hit that big red button and subscribe. Let's go to one more rookie I wanted to mention here, Stone Forsythe, who Pete Carroll, he likes him. I think that's coming through in the quotes out of him with what we've seen. Now, Stone Forsythe has been working at left tackle. I think that's where this team's going to start him and or just keep him for the entirety of his first season. Here's what Pete Carroll had to say. The one thing you can't miss is Stone Forsythe is a monster of a guy. Gosh, he's such a big, good-looking athlete. I am anxious to see what the film looks like on his first day out here, but man, he's got tremendous length and stature. He's just built so beautifully. He's really just perfectly fit for the position of left tackle, so we're looking forward to see how that goes. Look, I think Stone Forsythe makes this team as a first-year player. The Seattle Seahawks only had 3 draft picks, and they moved up, a move I like, by the way, to go and get Stone Forsythe. I don't think he plays in year 1. That seems a bit unlikely to me looking at this depth chart, right? There's Dwayne Brown. As long as he's healthy, he's your left tackle. But he's aging. Dwayne Brown does not have that much left in the tank. So maybe Forsythe can beat out Jamarco Jones for tackle number 4, and maybe Jones plays more guard anyway to begin with. But I think Forsythe, if things go right, and it's a big if, I think, if things go right, he might be your starter at left tackle as soon as 2022. He has the size the team likes, and with Dwayne Brown aging, Seattle views him as a potential option at left tackle down the line.